So welcome everybody. We're gonna start on time. So if somebody is late, too bad. We got over 400 people registered, and today is gonna be something special. So you guys are in for the treat. So please stay tuned all the way till the end. We got awesome people in the house. We got Alfredo Delgado. We got the whole whole room of Delgados that follow Alfredo. We got Derek in the house, who is the top coach of this program, and we're gonna show you the nuts and bolts. We're gonna show you basically everything from A to Z. So turn off any distractions, like if you have a Facebook, shut it down, turn off your cell phone, go to another room, you know, like your kids in the closet or something. You know what I mean? And pay full attention, because this is going to be pretty cool stuff. Because if you are looking to make extra money, I mean, if you're looking to supplement your multiple income stream portfolio, if you're looking for something that's pretty much automated, like, I never want to say it's done for you, but it's like 99.9% done for you. There's a giant traffic rotator we're going to talk about as well. But if you want like Mr. X results, right? You guys saw the Mr. X results, which is like over 500,000 in sales in only like 10 to 12 weeks, which is absolutely insane. If you do the math, that's like over 50,000 in sales per week. Absolutely insane. If you can do 10% of that, I think you'll be a happy camper, right? Let me know in the chat if you can use, you know, even if you do 5% extra, $2,500 a week, that's still at $10,000 per month, right? So welcome everybody. Welcome to people from India. Awesome. We are worldwide tonight. Welcome Erica. Welcome Ali. There's over 110 people live right now, and people still piling in. So I think it's time to do the show. My name is Alex Zubarev. I've been online for over 10 years. So is Alfredo, and I'm gonna show you everything from A to Z. So please pay attention, turn off distractions, and let's rock and roll. Okay, so who is this for? People that really want to finally escape the rat race. This is something that I've been driven by, because I didn't want to live paycheck to paycheck for the rest of my life, right? My family thought I'm crazy. You know, my mom definitely thought I was crazy. My wife thought I lost sanity when I decided to do something different from everybody else. Because, hey, you know, we as immigrants, like, they tell us, like, look, why don't you go become a doctor? Why don't you become a lawyer? You know, traditional route of 20th century. Well, the world is changing. Everything, the economy is shifting to digital economy. You know, information business it's a multi-billion-dollar business, right? This is why, like Amazon, Audible, right? What do you think you're getting? You're getting a license, resell rights, right, if you will, when you're downloading a book. The file, it's one file, but it gets downloaded to millions of devices. And guess what? For each copy, company is charging you $5, $10, $20, whatever the book cost is, right? This is how you make, like, this is how you multiply money. This is not simple math. This is multiplication, right? This is why digital economy is where it's at. This is where the whole world is going. So again, this is for anybody who wants to do this full time. And heck, what does full time mean for you? Well, for me, we're traveling tomorrow, right? We're going away on vacation, right, for 2 weeks. But our businesses still work. So do I work full time or do I work part time? You tell me in the comments, right? This is the life. This is the, you know, freedom lifestyle, freedom business model that very hard to create in traditional network marketing, where you see those people preaching that from the top of their lungs, you know, like, hey, just tell all your relatives, you know, tell your cousins, right? They're gonna love this product. They're gonna be on this product for the rest of their life. You guys know it's BS, right? You know, you just tell 2 people and they're gonna tell 2 people and they're gonna tell 2 people. That formula never works. I mean, can I get an amen? I tried it many times. It never worked. So traditional network marketing business is very hard. You have to be a Superman. You have to fly every single week to a different city, do a hotel meeting, do a presentation in front of the strangers, sleep in the car, if you will, sometimes, and it's not a freedom lifestyle model, right? Just to make $10,000 a month, or maybe $50,000 a month, but your life becomes a nightmare. So this is for anybody who wants to really make serious money online. Bottom line, So today you'll discover top 5 lessons I learned from generating close to $4 million online. That's actually more than that. By now, how to shortcut your way to success thanks to massive automation and leverage. Those are 2 keywords. Write down. If you have Notepad, please write it down. Automation and leverage. Automation and leverage. Those are 2 keywords you need to have in your business. How Mr. X generated over $520,000 in sales in only 10 weeks. How you can ethically swipe and deploy this business model. And as a bonus, we're actually gonna share, I personally gonna share my personal traffic resources that I spent, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars over the years to figure out what's working, what's not working, right? So that way you actually shortcut your way to, to profit zone, right? Without spending years testing different traffic sources and wasting your, hard-earned money on traffic that doesn't work, doesn't convert. So stay till the end. There's going to be like some crazy bonuses. I promise you that. So I'm going to show you how to finally succeed without overwhelm of information overload, even if you failed many times before. I certainly failed many times before. So if this is something that resonates with you, if we can dissect, all this crazy information that's available online, there's so many courses out there, there's so many things that people keep buying and buying and buying and buying, and looking at the credit card statements, maxing out credit cards, but looking at the income, and income just doesn't come anywhere close to what they're spending on those courses, right? This formula I applied to 2 companies, and there in both companies, again, income disclaimer, results not typical, because I'm not typical by any means. I work very hard in my businesses. But it was over $2.3 million just by using automation and leverage, okay? Recruited over 3,000 reps and distributors in one of the companies, coached and trained hundreds of personal clients and students. Some of them went on and built their own 6-figure and even 7-figure businesses. And my mission is always the same, to help as many people as possible, the right people that are serious to change their life in this year and next year. So, how would you like to really copy my success, Alfredo's success, any other leader you see on the leaderboards, by using proven platform, right? We're actually gonna have a secret guest who is listening in. We're gonna have a quick Q&A section so we can answer every single question you have. But how would you like to make, get checks, 500, 1,500, 2,500, 6,000, and even 12,500 checks delivered to your very own mailbox? How would you like to get lifetime access to a traffic rotator? So that means this company is actually allocating a portion of their profits towards a giant traffic rotator, which is basically, what is a traffic rotator? You're going to ask me. Some people don't know, right? Traffic rotator is basically a giant traffic buy purchase, right, that gets distributed across every single member, right? You get multiple cycles depending on the level, so you get free clicks. You get free visitors to go to your capture page, and as a matter of fact, some people say, oh, traffic rotator doesn't work. Well, we have a case study where one of our members, Diaz, got, I believe, $5,000 sale from that rotator, and it's only been a couple of weeks, which is absolutely crazy. So how would you like to get access to all that? On top of that, access to my team of professional closers, closing your sales while you're traveling, while you're going to the gym, while you're enjoying your life, while you maybe have a full-time job still, right? Traveling to your job, and meanwhile, you get notification that you got a sale for $12,000. Or even $1,500 or extra $500 that you did not have yesterday. This is what I love, right? Checking my inbox, checking my commission notifications. This is what it's all about. So, again, does this sound familiar? Like we touched on this already, but you buy course after course after course and you're still confused and overwhelmed because there's just so much information available, right? There's so much information. You're constantly getting rejections. You can't fall asleep, you're losing sanity, your health is declining, your personal relationship is going crazy, your wife or spouse, your husband thinks you're crazy, by maxing out cards and stuff like that, right? But deep inside, you believe in a business model, you believe in opportunity, and you know that there might be people just like you, not smarter than you, but making bank, making serious money online, right? But you got nothing to show. Look, I've been there. I saw those people. I used to put them on a pedestal, if you will, right? Because I was like, hey, they have perfect English. My English is not so good. You know, I'm afraid to speak in public. You know what I mean? All those excuses that we make are keeping us where we are in life, broke, frustrated, disappointed, right? Because that's the last thing you want to do in this life. Go through this life and be disappointed about the action you have not taken, right? That's the worst feeling in the world. There was a study done in one of the nursing homes in Florida, I think, where number one answer to a question, what were you frustrated about in your life? Most people, most of those elderly people said, by not taking action, by playing small in life, right? By playing small, by not taking action on the things that could have changed their life. That's the number one regret in people's life. So don't be that guy. Don't be that girl. You know what I mean? So I know how you feel. You might be frustrated. You might have failed in many opportunities. I certainly did fail in many opportunities. And you got nothing to show your spouse. Feels horrible, absolutely horrible. I'm with you. I've been there. All right. So all of this is because, pay attention, 3 important success components. Now we're getting into nuts and bolts, good stuff. Not gonna waste your time. I'm gonna give you how it is. Hopefully you like my style. Hopefully you resonate with it. I'm just speaking from the heart because I've been there. I've been there. So let's imagine for a second, you're on a beach, right? Somewhere, like imagine you're on the beach, somewhere in Cancun, Mexico, for example, or maybe it's Greek islands. I don't know what the ultimate, maybe it's Fiji Islands, you know what I mean? You check your commissions, right? You take your smartphone, you check your commissions, you see those $500, $1,500, $2,500, $6,000, and even $12,500 commissions. And meanwhile, you know you paid all your bills, and now you're just thinking about, like you may be watching another video blogger about travel, which other exotic destination you want to take your family to. And you finally feel happy alive. This is what it's all about, guys. This is what it's all about. It doesn't matter whether you come from Russia, from Ukraine, from Mexico, from Germany. It doesn't matter what your primary language is. It doesn't matter, because this system, it's an equalizer. It equalizes everyone's opportunity. That's why you see people from all walks of life. You'll see case studies. You'll see people from all walks of life getting incredible results with this platform. So look, it might sound too good to be true. I felt like that way in the past, you know, but you know what? When everybody zags, you zig. You do something different. Everybody says, oh, buy, I don't know, new coin or something like that. New crypto coin came out. But you think differently. You think about high ticket commissions, right? And that's how you win. So this is all possible. I don't want to bore you with my numbers. We're going to get to, I mean, you can, like, some of you guys know my story. Those are my kids. This is why I do what I do, right? This is my why. You need to have this big why that drives you like crazy every single day. You wake up and you take action. You know what? Because for me, it's my kids. It's everything. I'll do anything for them. So this is why you need to have this huge why. Whatever it is for you, you need to have that why. You need to kind of like wake up and look at it. Like every single morning, I look at the picture of my kids, right? You might have something else. Maybe it's your spouse. Maybe it's your parents. I don't know what it is. Whatever the cost. Maybe it's your church. I don't know what it is, right? But you need to have the strong why that drives you every single day. Look, if I came to this country with whopping $10 in my pocket, $10, right? $10. That's all I had when I was 16. Didn't speak a word of English. Then I got stuck in a cubicle rat race, right? Without seeing the light, right? Not seeing my kids growing up, right? Living paycheck to paycheck. I joined my first MLM in 2008, right? Failed miserably, wrecked out all my credit cards, over $85,000. Crazy. My wife was about to divorce me. Swear to God. It was crazy. Absolutely insane. And I was stuck in this cubicle, dead-end job, and people were laughing behind my back. This is a true story. People were laughing behind my back because they saw something that was different. They were not willing to do what I was doing, and I was not getting results. It's like getting stabbed in the back, you know what I mean? And it felt horrible, absolutely horrible. But you know what? You need to grow a thick skin and go through that pain, through that frustration in order to win, right? Where they are now, they're still in those cubicles, right? They're still there being miserable, living paycheck to paycheck. So this is why you need to align yourself with the right people. First of all, right people. Second of all, right systems. And this is how you have unfair advantage over people that maybe, you know, doing something that's not working for them, right? So why didn't it work for me? I think it's because, first of all, I didn't have the right mentors, right relationships. I didn't have the right system. I did not have traffic connections. Look, back in the day, there was basically nothing on YouTube. Now on YouTube, you can go and research, right? There was no information available unless you were part of like inner circle, mastermind with some people that were making money back in the day. Like some of you guys remember Google PPC was easy, 2008, 2009, right? But look, people were not sharing information at all, right? And I had no coaches, right? Nobody to talk to my customers. I was stuck in my cubicle. I have no time to call back people and close them, right? I had none of that. So this is why I was failing, right? Those are the three most important components, especially if you're a part-time entrepreneur, especially if you're not a full-time yet. So then I decided to get serious. I decided to do whatever it takes, no matter what, how long it takes, how hard it's gonna get, I'm gonna succeed no matter what. I spent over $100,000 in my own education. By now, probably over $500,000. Probably over 7 figures on traffic sources by now. Joined numerous 5,000, 10,000, 25,000 masterminds to learn this, you know, to accumulate the knowledge that I have. And same goes for every single leader on this call, like Alfredo. I mean, he spends tons of money on his education. This is the access you're getting to what you're getting when you're joining us, as opposed to, I don't know, somebody else, because you get access to us on our team, in our Facebook groups and all that stuff. You get access to traffic connections, anything you need, we have connections. You know what I mean? So imagine sponsoring 300 people in 30 days from cold traffic, done that, you know, done even bigger numbers than that, right? Being able to leverage $12,000 commissions and only working like 1 hour to 2 hours a day, right? That's leverage. That's massive leverage. This is from previous offer that was high ticket, 8,000 a day while, you know, going in Orlando, you know, taking a ride in Orlando, like on all those crazy rides. And I think it was Universal, you know, you check your commissions, $8,769 on one day, boom. And then you're like, man, what else can we do with the kids today? You know what I mean? So that's what it's all about. So what I laid out for you today so far should really show you the light in the end of the tunnel, right? Because I've been there. All I wanted to see is the light in the end of the tunnel, okay? And we're almost done with the actual flight. So success component number one, not every traffic is created equal. I was actually talking to a company owner a couple of days ago. They researching traffic, they testing everything, they got tracking, and they actually allocating that traffic to a giant traffic rotator, right? Just like in that movie, The Giant Laser. You guys remember that movie, Dr. Evil, Austin Powers? But this is true story. So they actually allocate this real traffic, not like, so don't buy traffic from this guy, right? That's selling you used cars, right? I'm sure Alfredo is never gonna buy a car from him, even with Bitcoin. But again, this is all what it's all about. We actually use scientific systems. We track everything. We use like ClickMagic. We check the quality. We check, you know, there are 3 tiers of traffic. There's tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. There's mobile traffic, desktop traffic. You don't need to know and understand all that stuff because this is pretty much done for you, okay? How's that? How's that for a change? You know what I mean? They actually filter out the traffic. They give you the best traffic. So, and this is what you get. Like, it's getting like sales on autopilot, basically, right? 24/7 when you have the right traffic and right connections. This is your life becomes fun. You know, you just see like, how many sales I got last night? Awesome. Nice. You know? So success component number 2, very important. Right offer. Having the right offer, the funnel, and the process, more importantly. When people go through your capture page and they opt in, what's the next step? Most people can get confused. Well, in this system, and you'll see a sneak peek, they get access to the coach. Immediately, they fill out the form, they indicate the interest level, how serious they are to join the system and purchase the products, right? Because we sell products and you get commissions on that. And as soon as they fill out the form, they get a welcome call from the coach who's gonna take them from A to Z, whether, you know, maybe they need financing, maybe they don't need financing, depending what the income goal is, right? So all you do is check for commissions, basically, right? This is how you get hot buyers, when you have the right process. Success component. Okay, so let's talk about top tier. Why top tier? Why high ticket? Top tier is basically a fancy term for a system selling high ticket products, digital products, or services, right? It could be real estate. I mean, you could sell real estate. Not so easy nowadays, you know what I mean? There's lots of realtors struggling, you know. In a traditional non-top tier system selling at a low price point, it's very, very hard to make, let's say, $5,000 a month. So let's do some quick math. So let's say you want to make $5,000. If you're selling something for like 47 bucks, well, let's just talk about, for example, like JVZoo products, or like maybe something on the Warrior Forum. You're selling a $4 ebook or $7. Even if it's $47, you still need to make 106 sales, taking into account if it's your product. If it's not your product, maybe you're making 30% commission. So you need to make 300 sales. Very hard to do. Now, if you're selling, you see the pattern? If you're selling something that's $1,000, pays you $1,000 commissions, you only need to make how many sales? 5 sales, right? If you're selling something for $3,000, you get to keep $3,000. Well, now you overshot your goal. You made $6,000 a month, right? You made $6,000 extra. If you're selling something for 12, well, you get the point. If you sell something for 12 grand, well, you made 12 grand, right? So it's $7,000 extra. That's why selling high ticket commissions, high ticket products, it's actually more profitable. Does not take any more work. Trust me on that. I was selling $20 products and I was selling $1,000 product. No, it's not. It just doesn't take any more energy, doesn't take more work, but you make a lot more money. So in my opinion, like, I don't know why people sell low ticket items. God bless them, you know. I'd rather sell high ticket stuff, you know what I mean? So this is like, remember that number I was showing you, $58,000 in a month? Well, prior month it was $30,000. As soon as we added that success component number 3, which is professional coaches, mentors that were helping people go from step to step to step, my income doubled next month. This is how precious, like, this is how important to have, you know, real people that can talk to your members, because most people are lost. They have no idea what to do. They don't know what autoresponders are. They don't know what email marketing is. They don't know how to drive Facebook ads, how to set up Facebook ads. They don't know how to set up YouTube ads. They don't know anything, right? Majority of the people. Some of you are smart people, right? Some of you know, you have done all that. But most people that come online in this space to make extra money from home, they're clueless. They have no idea. This is why, if you don't have real people helping them, they're destined to fail. Can I get an amen? Now, professional coaches. Not every coaching business is created equal. You should never have coaches on a salary. It's like, you know, those people don't care, right? We get paid $10,000 a month, $5,000 a month, no matter what, if we don't sell a single product, right? So this is why it's important that coaches get paid their commissions, because they're financially incentivized to make sales for you. When they make money, you make money, and vice versa. Make sense? So again, almost done. Imagine this. You finally know how to scale your business, because if you know your numbers, it's easy to double your income. So let's say you make $5,000 next month, in July, August, whatever. You know your numbers, you just allocate more funds towards advertising, and you double your income. This is when it becomes fun. This is when it becomes predictable. So this is the personal case study. Drum roll, please, if you want. You don't have to. A lot of people in previous offers told me, Alex, of course you made, like, I made $28,000 from out of the gate in 30 days, right? And they said, oh, everybody knows you, you have reputation, credibility, blah, 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 blah. And I told them, you know what, has nothing to do with that, absolutely nothing. There's a reason I did this case study. I did not use my name. I picked up a fictional name. Some of you guys remember Derek Zoolander, right? From a movie. Like, which name can I come up with so nobody would think it's me, right? And everybody was asking, who is this #1 guy on the leaderboard? And what happened is this. I used the alias name, Derek Zoolander, this guy right here. Some of you guys remember that movie, hysterical movie, right? And look at the leaderboard. You see Derek Zoolander, #3? Has nothing to do with credibility, your name, if you have the right system, and 3 components. Can you remember what 3 components are? Can you put it in the chat, please? Right? High ticket offer, leverage of the coaches, and the process. All right. So then I just, again, this is what happened before, right? This is the numbers. I don't want to scare you with big numbers. This is all possible, right? This is the, team domination. We always help each other, and this is why we dominate leaderboards, because we all work as a family, right? As a team. So check this out. What happens with digital income system? You get the actual system, right? You actually, the whole process, the whole system with the coaches, the products, everything, right? You get oh, I didn't talk about this. This system comes with automated, highly converting automated follow-ups, emails, and SMS messages. How many people get emails in a spam folder? I do all day long, especially with Gmail. Nowadays, even YouTube videos go to spam folder, right? How many people get SMS text messages in a spam folder? I'm going to check the chat. You guys going crazy. How many SMS messages go to a spam folder? 0. There's no spam folder on your phone, right? There's text messages always hit the inbox. So this system actually comes with the actual SMS, automated SMS sequence that closes sales for you. Thank you very much, right? You get traffic sources, giant traffic rotator, right? And this is like minimum value is $5,000, just the system alone and the process. And I don't know how much they spent on programming and sourcing, graphics and all that stuff. Definitely over 6 figures for sure, So this is the case studies. Check this out. You see all these people, hopefully you can see the screen, right? I'm going to check the chat in a second. But look, Christina made $42,000 in the first 10 weeks. And Brandon, Anthony, Jason, $37,000 in 7 weeks, right? One of those guys is Mr. X, actually. Over $520,000 in 10 weeks. All walks of life, different backgrounds, right? And it's all about checks, right? We're getting paid. Some of you guys have been asking, how do you get paid? Well, we get paid checks, also money orders, and they all get delivered by USPS priority mail to your mailbox. How convenient, right? And then you go deposit, right? So here you go, Mr. X, $529,000 in 10 weeks. Crazy, right? Absolutely insane. This is what's possible when you have the right system in place. And we're about to have Q&A, guys, so get those questions ready. How about we're going to top that with Mr. Y. Jeff made $359,000 in how long? In 8 weeks. This is why I could not ignore it anymore, right? Because I was looking at those posts and I was like, I think we should introduce that to our communities, right? Because it's all about multiple income streams, right? We don't want you to shift focus from what you're doing already, but this is like as automated as it gets, right? Makes sense, huge numbers, right? So what if you can do, I don't know, this is the deal sale, right? From the traffic rotator, right? This is his sale. So I don't know, it was $5,000 or $12,000, but this was from traffic rotator. He sent me the screenshot right before the webinar. How crazy is that, right? How crazy is that? From something he did not spend a dime on traffic, right? Just by being positioned at the high level in the system, and he got automated sale. This is cool. This is like, I never seen it happen in any systems, right? When company spends money on traffic and you get to keep the money. How crazy is that? This is from another teammate. I think it's from Alfredo, actually. $84,000 in only, in team sales, right? In your sales, in total sales. So this is, he'll tell you in how long. So imagine if you only made 10% of the results, heck, even 5% results, right? Even 5% of the results is $12,000 in 10 weeks. That's extra $2,500 a week. That's extra 25 times 4. Yeah, it's extra $10,000 a month in your business. You guys getting this picture? You like, am I talking to the wall? Like, you guys getting this? I hope you guys getting this. Let me know in the comments, please. So let's talk about levels. Let's talk about levels, and then I'm gonna pass the microphone to people that are very patient, Derek and Alfredo. So let's talk about the levels. Entrepreneur level, it's only $1,000, pays you $500, right? And you got also, you got director level, which is $3,000, right? Pays you $1,500. So some of those money go towards traffic rotator for your traffic, right? And to the coach. You got professional level, which is 5,000. It's the most popular level where people join, I understand. It's pays $2,500. That's why you see so many checks, $2,500, most popular level. Now you got ambassador level for some higher, bigger people that think bigger, they want to make more money. It's $12,000. You get paid $6,000. And executive level, which is the top tier, $25,000, pays you $12,500 commissions. All right. And guess what? They actually have in-house financing. In-house financing. So when people go through the process, when your people go through the process, they go to your capture page. We'll show you the capture page. They fill out the callback request form. It tells them, do you need finance? Do you need, right? Rich people get richer because they use OPM. You guys know what OPM is? Other people's money, right? In this country, there's so many banks, so many financial opportunities, opposed to Soviet Union. We had no banks. We had like one central bank, but there was no loans, no credit cards, nothing, right? You guys have so many opportunities, like money practically grows on trees, pretty much. You just need to realize what you need money for, right? So they have in-house financing, 630 credit score. Most people get approved. And $2,500 a month combined household income. So very, very low requirements. Most other lenders, I think they require like 680 credit score or 700 and up. All right. So let's talk about bonuses. All right. I'm going to talk about bonuses. Then we're going to do our Q&A. Okay. So we're going to give you bonus number 1. I'm going to give you, and Alfredo and every other leader who you might be watching replay, we're not going to give you direct links. You need to get back to the person who invited you here, okay? You're going to get access to lifetime access to masterminds. I do my personal trainings every Tuesday night for the past 8 years for free for all my teams, right? You get access to that. That's priceless. Most people pay for something similar at least $100, $200 a month. You get it for free. So if it's lifetime, I don't know, the value is probably over 10 grand easily. Bonus number 2, I'll share all my traffic resources I'm using in my business to build multiple businesses, multiple income streams, whether it's online business or offline business, because we have offline businesses, direct mail as well, right? So you get access to my traffic connections. I'm sure other leaders will share that as well. Bonus number 3, you get access to our personal coaches that close the sales for us. That's why you see those numbers. I literally barely touched the system, right? Like last week, which is crazy. So that's priceless. To me, it's priceless. It's massive leverage. I see everybody's crazy. Everybody's like getting it, wants to join, wants to get a link. So again, so let me recap. Let me recap before I pass the microphone to Derek, because I think you guys seeing the big picture. So what are you getting? Well, you're getting the same exact system we got, right? Which is at least value 40,000. I would say it's at least 100,000 with all the programming and all the resources and all the sleepless night they put into the system. You're getting lifetime training access to our Facebook groups, live coaching with top 7-figure earners, right? Including myself and Alfredo and many others. You're getting our traffic sources. You're getting our coaches. So it costs, like, the value is there. It's at least 60 grand, okay? Now, let's talk about this. If you made extra 5 grand a month next month, would it be worth it? Would it be worth that, price of admittance? And you'll find out the price of admittance very shortly. You'll be pleasantly surprised. Even if you made extra 2 grand extra with this system, would it be worth it? I think so, right? So again, big picture, I just want to lay on the beach. I want to travel the world with my family and just, just like everybody who is doing this, scroll for commissions. That's what I like to do. Got the like commission notification online or notification of the package in my PO box, right? Arriving. So that's what it's all about. So now you got two choices. You can keep doing what you've been doing, expecting a different result, or you can use a proven system, right? And I like this quote a lot. We make our choices, and then our choices make us. Think about it again. We make our choices, and then our choices make us, right? So in order for things to change, you need to change something, right? So again, to recap, you're getting all that $60,000 value, right? Guess what? The price is zero. Why it's zero? Why it's zero? Can anybody tell me why it's zero? Because we're going to give you a link which is absolutely free. You're going to go to that link. You're going to put your best email address, your real email address, and real phone number. You're going to fill out the form. You're going to fill out the form on the right. You're going to put your name. And I don't know, my computer is going crazy. Hold on. You're going to put your phone number. You're going to put your preferred level where you want to start. Remember, you're getting paid 50% commissions. So really, the most popular, I think, is 5K level. We'll ask Derek, but I'm pretty sure that's the level. If you need financing, you select financing. And coach is going to call you back and going to set up a training session with you. And if you need financing, they're going to help you with applying for financing. Okay, so that's why cost is zero. Nothing out of your pocket. It's all possible, guys. Now, to put a little bit of other icing on the cake, my other bonus for the first 10 action takers, I'm going to actually create a new bridge video. Every time I do bridge videos for any offer, any opportunity, they double my sales. So I can teach you how to do it, or I can give you something you can use right away in your business and leverage my results. Yeah, it easily doubles, sometimes even quadruples our sales because you put your own personality in there. I love teaching that, you teaching that, but something that we can shoot for you guys as a team and you guys can use right away. And this, you don't need to learn HTML by any means. All we do is get a share code, you put it in your lead pages or ClickFunnels, and you're good to go, pretty much. So that's a cool bonus, and that's really gonna help you. All right, so now you got two options. We're gonna bring this home now. You can spend another 2 years learning, buying course after course, setting things up, being frustrated for the next 2-3 years, selling other people's stuff for tiny commissions until you have credibility, time, freedom, and money to do it right. Or you can give up, work a crappy job until you're 85 and be miserable. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest and straight up with you. That's the traditional choice for most people. But now you got option 3, digital income system to freedom, so I think the choice is clear. So again, next steps for people that watching maybe replay. Step 1 is ask for the link, whoever invited you. Whoever shared this video with you, get back to them. We want to help people make sales. It's not just about us. So if I shared it with you, get back with me. You can find me on Facebook, same thing for Alfredo, for Karen, for anybody else who invited you here. Get back to them. Be the email, text message, Facebook Messenger, maybe they're on Telegram, whatever the social media they're using, whatever the method they use to share this video with you, reply to them. They'll give you the link so you can go through the process and experience the results. So go to that link, fill out your best email, your best phone number, and if you need financing, indicate so. And the coach is going to walk you step by step when they call you. Again, that's the form you're going to fill out. When you go to the link, you're going to watch the video. There's going to be a welcome video. You're going to watch the welcome video, and then you're going to request a callback, and you're going to see this form. So hopefully that's clear enough.
If there's any questions, please just type it in the box. I'll try to go over it the best I can. And Alfredo, Alex, just let me know if I'm going too fast or if I'm missing something you guys want me to extrapolate or speak about. So the first question I have here is from Rob. It says, is there a free upgrade? A lot of people who have heard about DIS have found out that we have a bonus structure that's related to your level. And what it is that if you come in within 24 hours, the coach authorizes you to join the program within 24 hours, we bonus you up to the next level for free automatically. And so what happens is, for example, let's pretend you come into the 5K level, right? You pay 5K and you join. What actually happens is when we create your account, we manually upgrade you to the next level. And we treat it just like you paid in at that amount. And so what that means is, number one, you can accept more money, right? Because it's a 50-50 program, so you can accept more cash. But it also means that we increase your traffic. So the difference between the 5K and the 12K is a 240% increase in traffic. And that traffic's for life, right? We use company revenue to produce that traffic. And so it's a significant increase. It's a significant upgrade. It's not, a PDF file somewhere that you can download. We put our money where our mouth is. It's a hard cost to the company, and we provide it for life. And so to answer your question, Rob, the answer is yes, there's a free upgrade. It's attached to a time constraint. That time constraint is that you speak to a coach and that you join within 24 hours. At that point, we upgrade your profile for free, which means you can make more money. All right, so I have Randy here. Randy says, what are the products, right? It's a great question. Okay, so first and foremost, we're a software company. We were founded back in 2009, and what we develop and we customize this sort of type of software called the CRM system. It's a customer relationship management platform. On our end, it's fairly sophisticated for DIS. But on the user end, it's simplified. It's distilled down so you guys can use it more easily. The CRM platform itself is what we do. We're a software company by trade. I'm a conversion rate optimization specialist. That's what I do in the technical field. And so when you actually look at the product itself, we would say that a CRM platform is what we are, what the product is itself. However, it's not the only thing you're getting when you join DIS, right? So one of the things that we do is we provide lifetime traffic into that system. Traffic is something you buy. Traffic is a product. And for anybody who's been online for any period of time, you know that when you buy traffic, it's fairly expensive too. And so if you went out there and you bought, 500 clicks and you spent $500, that would be something that you would buy. That would be the product that you would purchase. And in the case of DIS, we provide that traffic forever. That's traffic for life. And so the first thing you're buying is a CRM platform itself, which can be used, by the way, for any company or any business. It's not like it's a closed system. If you want to get up there and upload a custom list and blast out to, to National Wealth Center, or, whatever, sell some e-products, whatever you want to do straight from our system, you can do that. There is no issue with cross promotion. There's no issue where we're going to get back there and tell you who you can speak to or what you can sell. Not the case with DIS. DIS is designed to be used by marketers and by professionals and entrepreneurs. And of course, the third thing is 9 gigabytes worth of downloadable e-materials, which is e-learning, lessons for running your business, etc. And of course, the last one, which is something we don't usually mention, is access to coaches on demand, right? So when you have the ability to speak to a coach and be consulted and to have them tell you how to run your business and to tell them how to scale up traffic or how to, all these sorts of things, that's something that's valuable, that there's a real coach on the other end of the line that you can speak to at any time. And so those are what you're purchasing. Those are the products. It's software as a service. It's leads, which are an actual product. It's downloadable e-materials, which are literally products. And it's a service, which is access to coaches and that sort of consulting. And so that's what the products are. That's what we sell. We basically bundle it together. We've extrapolated the cost. We're doing a 50% upfront commission whenever an affiliate sells them. That's basically how DIS functions. And its simplicity and the sort of value that it provides is part of the reason why DIS is so successful. Give me one sec. All right, I have here from Hannah. How does a commission work when somebody uses the financing? Okay, so that's really easy. So the way that financing works is we actually use a third party. That third party is just literally issuing you a personal loan, basically. And so you speak to them, you enter your information, you apply for the loan. Oh, sorry. I don't know if you guys can hear me. Give me one sec. The chat box closed. I just want to make sure I'm looking at the chat box.
We can still hear you, though.
Okay, perfect. Sorry, guys. I'm not very proficient with Zoom. Give me one sec. So when a person gets financing, what's really happening is they're just getting a personal loan from a third-party financial company. And so what happens is that company is going to have them fill out an application. They're going to contact them within 24 hours or so. And what they'll do is they'll run their numbers, make sure everything looks good, and then they'll offer them some sort of financing. So usually they'll come in and you'll ask for 12. They'll say, yeah, we have no problem with 12. And in 48 hours, you get pre-approval. Within 2 days or so, they literally put the money in your bank account. And at that point, we just issue you sign-up instructions, just like any other normal sort of sign-up instructions, because it's literally cash, and you're going to go get your cashier's checks or money orders. Alex spoke earlier about the type of payments that we use. Domestically, in the United States and Canada, we use cashier's checks, money orders, or we use bank drafts if you're in Canada, for example. Internationally, we're fully international. So we do business in places like the UK and New Zealand and Australia. We have some people in Argentina. We're never going to give you a sale from North Korea because the United States doesn't do business with North Korea that way. But we're fully international. And in those cases, we typically use wire transfers with Swift codes. And so just so everybody is aware, we're fairly smart about the way we accept money. We're not going to, some guy's trying to pay you $6,000. We're not going to turn down their money. We'll find a way for you to get it. And so there's multiple ways that we take payments in that direction. And as far as finance is concerned, it's a normal payment once the cash hits your account.
That's awesome, Derek. Someone, Margie is asking, what happens if you don't have any experience?
Yeah, this is one of the great parts about DIS in general, okay? So if you really actually look at the way DIS functions, we take away all of the processes that cause people to fail, right? So the three main reasons why people fail, these are the three main reasons. The first one is traffic, right? So they get online, someone else sets up some system for them or and they have to go get traffic and they don't know where to buy it. So they go to so it's like a back alley transaction. They go to some guy who their friend told them about. The guy opens up his trench coat and he's like, yeah, man, I have clicks over here. And they just, buy garbage traffic and they waste all their money. And so most people don't know where to get traffic. That's the number one reason why people fail. The second one is technical expertise, right? So if I handed half the people anywhere online, a server, and told them to make money, they would just waste the server. They would never be able to send up an email campaign. They would never be sending, blasts or reaching people with marketing. They have no idea what they're doing. And it's not their fault. It's a difficult skill. I have 12 years of experience doing user experience design, 8 years of experience doing conversion rate optimization, 6 years of experience doing information architecture. That's not something that you learn on a webinar, 2 hours in. You watch a YouTube video and you have the skill. And so a lot of people fail because they can't get the traffic or they don't have sources. Other people fail just because they don't have the technical chops to sort of make it work for them. And it's not their fault. It's something that takes time. It takes years of experience. And most people have jobs. It's not something that they can just do full time. And the third problem that people have ultimately is closing, right? So even if you have closing skills, even if you're a great salesperson on the phone, even if all of that is the case, most people have jobs and wives and mortgages and kids, and they don't come home from their 9 to 5 and they kiss their wife and say, okay, now I'm going outside to make outbound sales calls, right? It's just not in the cards for them, right? And so the only opportunity is to have someone else work when they're working. And so digital income system takes those three things away from the user, right? We're the ones who provide the traffic. So that's number one. So what we do is we take 20% of company revenue, we put into a separate account. That account is used exclusively to buy traffic for the system, okay? We do massive ad buys. And let me tell you, when we buy, it's nothing like when a user buys. So when you go out and you buy $500 worth of traffic, that's nothing like when we go out and spend $50,000 in traffic, okay? If you spend 500 bucks in traffic to a vendor, and that vendor is like, you lose that vendor, you don't get good traffic, and that person loses you as a customer, they don't care, right? They don't care. They're on to the next one. There's another guy who's going to give them 500 bucks. We did an internal study. We found out that only 14% of marketers even track their results, right? And so we have 86% of marketers just buying from a random person, throwing money at traffic and hoping it sticks. You can't run a business that way. And so when we run our business, when we buy traffic, we're tracking it corporately. We understand what we're getting. We understand what our conversion rate should be. We understand if we get garbage. We know because we're the ones who operate and run the system itself. That's number one. The second thing is, of course, is that we're technical experts. We're the ones who built, the coaches who you speak to are the ones who built the system. We're the ones who built it. We're the ones who run it. We know how to operate it correctly. And so we run the system for you. You're not out here trying to set up things. You're not here connecting auto response systems. All the auto response systems, all the SMS and voice mode broadcasting, the tracking pixel, all the pages, all that stuff is done before you log in the first time. So you don't have to worry about being a technical expert. You're not going to pick up a piece of code. That's already done for you. And the third thing, of course, is that we pick up the phone and close your sales. So, if you're not a person who likes to be on the phone or likes to be on video and you don't have time and you're at work and you're in a job, and you don't have the ability to sort of compete with some other marketer online who does this full time, that's not a problem for you. DIS takes that away. DIS has professionals who close for a living, closing your sales for you. And so DIS is really the great equalizer. From the beginning of the sales funnel to the end, it's an identical process regardless of who you are or what sort of marketer you are. And so it doesn't matter if you have no experience. In reality, we're the ones who have the experience. And that's why you'll be able to achieve success regardless of your experience level.
Hey, Derek, I have a good question.
Yes, sir.
I'm muted. I got my Telegram going off. People are like, I'm excited. I'm in. I want in. If people are already in, how do they upgrade to a higher level? What's the easiest way for them to do that?
Yeah, of course. So everything is a 50-50 system in DIS. And so what we would do is when a person upgrades, they pay the difference to the next level, and we issue a new check to the person who brought them aboard. So when a person's underneath you, for example, let's pretend a person comes in and, you know, they come in where they can. They come in at like a 5K level or a 3K level, right? What happens is when that person makes their first couple checks, they decide they're going to upgrade so they can make more money, right? So there's more traffic and they can accept more cash. If that's the case, they just contact their coach, whoever their assigned coach is, and they just say, listen, I'm ready to upgrade. The coach is going to issue them instructions by email. They send out 2 more checks. You get paid again, and that person is upgraded on the spot. And that's basically it. It's a very simple process.
Awesome, good. I have a couple people already asking me how to upgrade, so I just want to kind of send them straight to the source.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, very easy to upgrade. Yeah, actually, most of the processes in DIS are extremely transparent. Yeah.
Awesome, exciting.
Give me 1 sec. I'm just trying to look through these questions. I hope you don't mind. Pause. Give me 1 sec.
Yeah, great question, guys. Keep them coming. While we have opportunity to have Derek on the phone, like I'm blown away by his expertise level. It's good to have somebody who knows what the heck they're doing when it comes to traffic buys. Because look, there are plenty of systems out there where people just like teach, like buy this crappy solo ads, you know, and people getting no results. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to have someone who buys a huge traffic buys on a major scale, right? And that way you know that they're not going to come back to the same traffic source if it doesn't convert, if you're spending 50 grand, 100 grand every single time. Right, Derek?
Right, precisely. Yeah, exactly. And you guys, just so you guys are aware, if you guys have ever done any sort of conversion optimization, what really happens is there's something that's called relevancy score. It's a relevancy score. And what that basically means is that, you know, you can't tell if the traffic is good or bad until you've bought enough of it to really get an idea. And so a lot of times when an individual goes and buys themselves a solo ad, for example, they only buy, you know, a few $100s worth. That's not enough to know whether or not the traffic source is good. You know, as a conversion rate optimization specialist, we look for relevancy when we hit something like 100,000 clicks. And so if you're not buying 100,000 clicks, you don't know if it's good or not. You really don't have enough traffic to tell whether or not the source is good. But as administrators, we do. And so it's easy for us to know whether or not the traffic source is converting correctly because we have enough data. We've collected enough data to know whether or not the traffic source is good. And so corporately, when we run it, when we run traffic, it's a totally different process than when an amateur, for lack of a better term, runs the traffic themselves.
Awesome. Belinda is asking, how does the rotator work for different levels?
Yeah, of course. That's a fantastic question. Okay, so of course, when a person brings more money into DIS, so when a person brings money into digital income system, part of the reason why DIS works is because we use a piece of their money for traffic specifically, right? And that's why we reward people at different levels by giving them more traffic. Because as they bring us more money into the company, we want to make sure that we're rewarding them by giving them more traffic and potentially giving them more sales, right? That's the goal, is to get them more money in their pockets. And so what happens is when money comes into the system, we take 20% of company revenue, we put it into a separate account that's used exclusively for traffic, right? That's the traffic money. That's the accounts used exclusively for. About half of the traffic that we get comes from SMS, the short message service, it's text message marketing. About a third of it comes through direct mail, and the rest of it comes through things like solo ad vendors or PPC, pay-per-click. And so what we do basically is when traffic comes into the system, we use a rotation system to distribute that traffic into our members' pages in proportion to their level. Okay, so for example, just so everybody understands how the process works, let's pretend that we only had 3 members in the whole system. Okay, one had a 1K membership, one had a 3K membership, one had a 5K membership. Those are the only 3 members that exist. And we go out there and we buy ourselves, let's say 100 hits, just for example. The way that it would work for the rotation system is that the first person would get 1 hit, the next person will get 3 hits, the next person will get 5 hits. So we'll go person A, person B, person B, person B, person C, 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 C. Person A, person B, person C, 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 until all the traffic was used up. And basically what happens is that when all the traffic is used up, the cycle ends. Now we run traffic approximately every 10 days. And so what happens is that every 10 days we do a company ledger of how much cash is in the account. We decide we're going to do an ad buy. We buy the ad, the ad space, we purchase the traffic itself. And then a couple of days later, the ads or the traffic itself will run into the system. And at that point, it distributes into your downline. You guys will see it pop. So a lot of guys with big levels, you'll see it happen in big spurts. And that's basically it. We wait a couple of days until the next set of traffic buys, and that's how it functions.
Yeah, so I'm trying to draw on a whiteboard to represent visually what's happening with the traffic rotator. So basically, the higher you are, the more clicks you guys are gonna get, that's what that means basically. So if there's only 100 clicks and this person is at 1K level, well, he's gonna get 1 click, right? From those 100 clicks.
Correct. No, he's gonna get 1 click every time it cycles through. So
right.
What happens is he'll get 1 click, the next guy will get 3, the next guy will get 5. Then the guy at the front will get 1 more, then the next guy will get 3, the next guy will get 5. And so all of them are used up. And so in the case of this 100, I mean, the total here is what, 9? The first guy, the 1K would get like 10. The next guy would get like 30. The third guy would end up with like 60. That's basically how it would happen if this was a scenario.
So there's a huge difference as far as traffic allocation for people that are at the higher levels. So that's awesome. I see.
Yeah, exactly.
But it doesn't mean that you can get more traffic, because even if you start at lower level, you're still getting traffic and you're only paying the difference when you upgrade.
Precisely. And it's traffic for life. So I can't stress that enough. We continue to use company revenue to buy traffic for you forever. And a lot of times people ask how that's possible. And the reason why people ask why that's possible is because they don't convert their own traffic. That's really what it comes down to. People are used to throwing money at traffic and having it fail. And so they're like, well, how can you continue to send traffic, if you only have X amount of dollars? Well, if you produce traffic and your traffic produces sales, then you have more revenue, right? So if you put in traffic and the traffic produces more money, then you have more money for traffic, which means you produce more sales. It creates a long string of sales that continues indefinitely. And if the sales continue, it means that there's revenue indefinitely, which means we continue providing traffic revenue indefinitely.
And plus it creates lots of success stories. And when person makes a first sale, like someone who never made a sale online, like we all know what it does to the belief factor. That's when people upgrade. That's when people invest more money into business, allocate more time, resources, and energy. And this is how people really go full time in this industry. So this is like the fastest, quickest way. If you guys recap the slides I shared with you, 3 missing components why people fail in the industry. Well, it's all here. They got everything in-house for you guys to succeed. Another question is from Jennifer. So the checks come to you. Are they coming from for the members they're paying, or the checks coming from the company?
Yeah, of course. That's another great question. So what we don't want to do is mess with your privacy. Okay. So what we usually do if you're domestic is we arrange a peer-to-peer payment that goes through us. And so when you sign up, for example, domestically, you would get 2 cashier's checks or money orders or whatever you're going to do. One half of the cash would be made out to the company. The other half would be made out to the member. You put them both in one envelope and send them to corporate. We basically open it up, make sure everything is accurate, and we ship out the other check by priority mail to the person who brought you aboard. And so the reason why we do that way is for 2 reasons. The first one is that we want to protect your privacy. Obviously, you don't want everyone who's ever comes on underneath you to have your physical address where your kids play. We just don't do that for logistical reasons. And the second reason, of course, is because it's very difficult to track people down and have them check mark you to say that you paid. And so we don't want somebody to you to pay somebody. The check arrives at their house. They're on vacation somewhere in Europe, and you don't have a profile because they haven't checked the box that says that they've received your money. So by doing it this way, basically, we protect your privacy, but we also know that you've paid. We can create your account without worrying about it, and then we just send out the other check. And so there's quality control. We make sure that we're in control of the process, and ultimately means you get paid in a more timely manner, and that accounts are created, in a timely manner as well.
That's perfect. Thank you for doing that. That's a lot of work, but you guys are doing that.
Yeah, of course. It's a lot of logistical work, but we're happy to do it, especially because, it's money for our members. Just so you guys know, too, that the process of getting paid, of knowing when money's on the way, is transparent as well. And so two things. First and foremost, you can always log into your account, and you can click on contacts. You can see the name, email, and phone number of every single person who's coming to your system. Right? If you want to, you can pick up the phone and call them and say, hey, are you a real lead? So check our traffic. I don't recommend you do that, but you're more than welcome to pick up the phone and ask if it's a real person. You'll find out that all of our leads are not only legitimate, but they're top tier. They're good leads. But you can also look in our system and see their statistics. You can see analytics. You can see every page that they've opened, every link that they've clicked, every email sent from our server. You can see coaches' notes. You can see whether or not they've requested a callback. When we close a sale and a person requests their final instructions, we notify you by text message to let you know that the sale's been made. And when we receive the checks, we give you the tracking numbers. And so you can get on the app and you can track the package all the way to your doorstep. And so you're never in the dark. You're never like wondering whether or not coaches are working for you, whether or not the system is functioning properly. You're always a part of the process. You have a window into the process, even though you yourselves aren't performing the work. And so that helps you at least to understand the processes as they come through. But you also get to enjoy your life. You don't have to just check your mailbox every day. You just check it when there's checks in the way.
Yeah, and I like how you guys showing the lead score. depending on multiple factors, when people go through multiple pages, they request the call back from the coach. So immediately you know who is the most qualified, to
Right, of course. Yeah, and it's an excellent resource as well. If you guys want to, you can actually sort by score. And so you can see the people who are closest to the top, the people who have requested the callbacks, the people who are hot. And so it helps us as coaches prioritize the sort of people that we're trying to contact. But it also lets you see that them moving live so that you understand that there's lead nurturing is taking place. And ultimately, that's how sales take place. Is you have a person who comes in, they're interested, they do some research, they bounce off our pages a couple times, they request a callback, and you can see that person moving live toward the sale. And so it helps you understand how the process is working on our end.
Can you buy additional clicks from the company? That's a good question from Belinda.
Yeah, of course. So we actually are not a lead provider. We don't do that ourselves. It's a full-time job. Just so you guys know, operating a system like this is a full-time work. It's fairly difficult logistically. Lead generation is an entirely different sort of field. Even though they seem like they're related, it's as different as marketing and programming, frankly. And so the answer is no. What we really do, though, is we provide you with sources that we trust and that we've used since 2009. Those are available in your back office. We've made it easy for people to just log in, click on get more traffic, and for you to just see sources that are listed there. So you can go back there and be like, I want SMS. We're like, this is the source that we trust for SMS. Like, well, I would like some pay-per-click. I'm like, this is the source we trust for pay-per-click. And usually it's as easy as picking up the phone and just letting them know what your referral ID number is, and they know what to do from there.
That's perfect. But don't forget, Belinda, and everybody else who has a similar question, we as leaders actually provide you as bonuses our traffic sources as well. And I'm glad companies actually diversifying not just online traffic, but also SMS traffic, mobile traffic, and also direct mail traffic, which is a whole different universe with lots of buyers that are willing to buy high ticket, products and services.
Right, precisely. Yeah, what else too is what we do is we've worked with a few companies. We have a mailer and a postcard that are going to become available by this week. Postcard should be available by the end of the week. Mailer is available right now. Our mailer it looks like a bill, and so when you get it in the mail, it looks like a regular bill, and so you're going to open it, of course, to see if you owe money. And when you open it up, it's actually a check, a detachable check. And so when you look at the check, it's a detachable check. It's made out to the lead's name, and it has their information on it. And of course, on the back, it's voided. And at the bottom, the copy reads something like, listen, you could get checks like this every day. And so the psychological effect of actually opening a package and having a check made out to you is immense. And so we think it's going to convert very well. It's available as of today. We literally put it back today. That's
awesome. I'm glad you guys covering all the bases. And personally, I'm looking like this to get those huge checks, many years ago, we used to get those in a different company, and I actually miss those. Those are cool, recognition type of memorabilia.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we're going to continue doing that, just so you guys know. We're going to be issuing them every $100,000.
That's
so
awesome.
Every time $100,000 is made, we're going to issue a new check or a trophy. We're going to make sure that we're recognizing the people who are doing great things. And the truth is that just so you guys know, you saw Mr. X there, right? Brandon Fry. We're going to use him as an example. He's one of the top guys in the company. And Brandon, just so you guys know, he doesn't pick up the phone and call anybody. I challenge any of you guys to go to Brandon and say, hey, listen, Brandon, can I get on the phone with you real fast? I have a few questions. He'll tell you no. He'll turn you down on the spot. And so I just want to let you know, we had a question earlier about whether or not a person with experience can do something like this, or whether or not the leadership, is going to make money, but no one else makes money. There's two things that you should know about that sort of question, right? The question is, will leaders make money, but I won't make anything because I'm a regular guy? And there's two good answers to that are exclusive to DIS. The first one is, no matter how great the marketer is, they don't close their own sales. We close the sales. There's no exceptions. They must get on the phone with the coach. There's no way for you to check on the website without speaking to a coach. The coach must issue the instructions to sign up. The coach must be the person who authorizes your bonus if you get one. The coach is the person who closes and informs the individual. We are your liaison with the company. And so it's an equalization. The system is identical. Once you're inside the funnel, you're inside. There's an equalization that takes place. So a leader, for example, does not have an advantage over you once a person enters the funnel. That's number one. The second one is, let's take a guy like Brandon, right? So Brandon, he's made all this money. He's made $600K in 12 weeks. So he's probably going to, he's on pace to make over $2 million this year, right? So let's pretend that Brandon goes out and he makes $2 million this year. 20% of the revenue that comes into the company from Brandon sales goes into the traffic that goes into your guys' back office. So it's not like it's
that's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah. So when you look at something else, it might have leverage in the company. And so you'll find this company like, I got 50% of the sale and there's 20% leverage. And so I'm making all this money. Ultimately, that helps the leadership, right? Ultimately, the little guy gets a couple sales. He loses 20% of his money to some leader, but they don't get all that money. So you don't want leverage if you're a little guy. This is really the opposite. It's deleveraged. In this case, when a big leader does tons of big numbers, actually 20% of that revenue goes into the smaller guys' accounts. They're the ones who benefits. And so DIS is specifically designed for the regular guy to make money, really in automation, because we take away the difficult sales processes, we purchase the traffic ourselves, and when leadership does well, everyone does well.
That's perfect. And I love that's huge. I wasn't actually aware of this. This blows my mind now, because this is how it's going to help the little guys. But equalizer opportunity, like equal opportunity, like in previous offers, like I specifically used that as an example. Did not use my name, did not use my credibility, picked a fictional character, Derek Zoolander, and that Derek Zoolander, and that ended up number 3 on the leaderboard. This is perfect. This is exactly what I was looking for. So this is why you see average people generating above average results.
So first and foremost, you never get skipped in our system. Okay, there are no one-ups, there are no pass-ups. There's no sort of cloak and dagger clandestine comp plan with 5 different ways to get paid. That's not the way DIS works. DIS is a straight 50% commission, where your max commission is determined by your level. Okay, so for example, if you have a 3K membership, right, and we sell a 5K membership, for you, you would still get your maximum payout, which would be $1,500, and the rest of the cash would roll up to the person above you who is qualified to receive it. So you don't get skipped, right? That would be ridiculous. It would be ridiculous if you joined, a coach got in, sent you traffic, made the sale, and then we were like, sorry, it doesn't belong to you. That would be ridiculous. We don't believe in that. But instead, what really happens is that we want to reward people for coming in at a higher membership level. And so one of the things that we do is we limit the amount of money that you can receive per check, per sale, by your own level. So you can't sell something for a dollar amount above yours. If we did that, then no one would ever be at a higher level. They'd just all stay at 1K. They'd let us send all their traffic that they could, and they would, take all of the money home. And so to answer concisely, what would happen is, for example, if you're at a higher level, one of the highest levels, is that there's something called roll-ups. Roll-ups is when a person can't accept all of the money from a sale, and so it rolls up to the next qualified person above them. And it skips. It'll skip until it reaches a person who's qualified. So for example, if I have a 3K membership and my coach sells a 12K membership for me, I would pick up $1,500, and then we'd look at the sponsor. Does he have a 12K membership? If no, it would go to his sponsor's sponsor. And if he has a 12K membership, he would collect the difference. In that case, it would be something like $4,500. And so we don't ever skip you. We make sure that you get paid exactly what you're promised. But there's a massive incentive for you to come in and position yourself correctly. And the truth is, a lot of these leaders, they have 25K memberships. They scale up. They bring themselves to the 25K level. And ultimately, that means free money for them. Basically, the membership pays for itself over time just by roll-ups.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. So that's something that I like how you guys implemented that. Let's see if there's more questions.
Yeah, so I have one here from Georgiana. It says, oh, sorry, the box moved. Give me one second. Every time you click, it shoots my box.
Yeah, it changes the windows, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, so I have one here. It says, so it's fully automated. We don't need to learn or do anything. We don't want to, except for signing up and upgrading different levels. If yes, could you share minimum expected guaranteed incomes for various levels? Okay, so first of all, Georgia, just so you know, we are never allowed to share minimum expected or guaranteed sales for anything ever. Never, ever, ever. If you look at some even great companies that have come out, one of the things that they do is they make boneheaded decisions, like attaching dollar amounts to time constraints, right? So in 90 days, we'll expect you to make X dollars. The FTC hates that. They don't like it. They'll come in and they'll mess with your business, and they'll try to shut you down or investigate you. There's no reason to do that. The truth is that we're good at our job. We try to make as much money as we can for our clients, and there's no reason to ruin a good thing by trying to make income claims. So we don't do that. No coach will ever do that. We make sure we follow all guidelines, and by doing that, we ensure that the business has longevity, right? Our last project ran 9 years, okay? And the reason why it runs so long is because we follow the rules. However, our first question is a fantastic question. Is it fully automated? The answer is yes. It's fully automated. A technician creates the account for you. We send the traffic automatically. The coaches run the system and close the sales for you, and then the administrators send you the check. Literally, if you join, you join at the 5K level and you slip into a coma, you could wake up in 6 months with a bunch of money in your bank account. Literally, fully automated for you if you do nothing at all. And so, of course, we encourage you, of course, to grab some extra traffic if you can, to make sure you connect with coaches and that you sort of contribute if you can. But ultimately, nothing in the entire market is as automated as digital income system is, and that makes it unique in the market. I also want to point out to you that this is something I try to tell a lot of people when I'm on the phone with them, and we get this question a lot. And they ask you about conversion rates. How well are we converting? How well do we convert on the phone and things like that? One of the reasons why digital income system converts so well is because the offer makes sense for people who normally would never join something like this. So if you have some 68-year-old woman, right, and she's getting online for the first time and she's trying to find some way to supplement Social Security, right, she's never going to become a Forex trader. She's never going to become some Facebook guru or a YouTube marketer, and she's going to go viral. It's just not in the cards for her, right? It's not going to happen. And so she's not going to join some program where she's got to go out there and get on every day, or she's got to learn all these sort of systems and technology. She's not going to join them, but she will join us because she understands what it means to join something and have professionals work for you. And she doesn't have to understand all the processes as long as we do. And so one of the reasons why we convert so well is because the process is automated. It's really easy for us to say, well, listen, do I have to, to learn anything? No, you don't, not really. Well, what about traffic? I don't really have good traffic sources. Well, we're the ones who provide the traffic for you. Okay, well, what about calls? I'm really not good at sales. Well, we have a sales team who makes all of the sales for you. And eventually, for those individuals, there's no objections to take place. Those people don't see anything that prevents them from having success. And as a result, they convert for us when they would never convert for anybody else. And that's sort of the power of the system, especially on the phone, especially in the direct sales space.
Yeah, absolutely. I've done my diligence. I haven't seen anything that comes remotely to DIS as far as automation systems. That's why I created that presentation, to really put a spotlight why there's like all the components that are required for you to become ultra successful, to make like big commissions, are here. There's a question from George. I think it's a good question. What assurances are in place when a sale is closed that the person closing someone's lead sale will actually pay the person who bought the lead?
Oh, I love that question. First of all, just so you guys know, DIS is a reputable company, and we're ethical, right? But what we didn't want to do is make it so you just had to trust us right off the bat, right? We don't want it to be something where you just like trust us blindly. So what we did is we made all of the processes as transparent as possible. Okay? So first and foremost, when you sign up, you're going to make out the checks, right? One of the checks is going to be made to another person. It's a cashier's check. A cashier's check is just like cash in hand, but it's got their name on the front, so it's secure. So if you send me a check that says Alex Zubarev on it, I can't cash it. I've got to send it to Alex. It's no good to anybody but me. So first and foremost, when you go through the process and you make out your check to some other person, you know that person is the person who gets paid. We're not trying to save $8 for sending the package. It costs us way more money to try to scam somebody out of the money than it would for us to just run the system effectively and to send that person their check. So that's first and foremost. The second thing, of course, is that all the processes are backed up by hard checks. And I'll explain to you how that works. So first of all, every lead that comes into the system is visible to you. So that's number one. So you can actually go back there and see the lead. You can see the callback request. You can actually view it live. That's the person that ultimately, you can view live that person is coming to your system. When that person converts, you're notified, right? The coach notifies you that a person's requested final instructions. You are notified when that person's checks are received. You're giving tracking numbers when that package is on the way. Well, the administrators do a hard check on the system as well. So when a person comes in as a lead, we do a hard check against the system to find out who the original procurer of the lead was, so that there's no shopping, there's no sponsor shopping. We do a hard check against the system, against the callback, to make sure the callback is the same person who brought in the original lead. The coaches do a hard check when you do your callback request. So we make sure that the callback request number that you've entered, the referral ID number, matches the original opt-in. The administrator is BCC'd that same document. So the administrator checks to make sure the coach is accurate when they're issuing the instructions as well. And so there's no chance of a lead sort of slipping through the cracks. Basically, every process would have to break all the way through for something to slip through. And that's just not the case. It's virtually impossible. Sorry, I hope that answers your question. Did I answer your question? I apologize.
It definitely answered my concern. So thank you for doing that. It sounds very, very good.
Just so you guys know, our levels, the amount of dollars that you spend when you come on board, they're not arbitrary. Okay, it's not like you come at the 5K level and we send you a video. Okay, it's not a $5,000 video. We don't believe in that. Okay, that's not how it works. Every $1,000 of the levels as you come on board represent another rotation in our traffic cycle. And so so for example, if someone asks us, hey, listen, $25,000, What costs $25,000? What do I get? Well, it's 25 times the amount of traffic as a person with a 1K sale. So if you wouldn't ask, what am I getting for $1,000? But you're asking, what do I get for $25,000? It's the exact same thing. They're proportional. There is no difference. There's no break. We're buying the traffic as cheap and as effectively as we can, and we deliver it as often and as powerfully as we possibly can. And there's no waste in the system. We pick up the phone and call them by hand. And so that's why those levels exist. So when he says, when I pay in at that level, I don't have to spend money on traffic. Don't forget, the level that you are is paying for the traffic. That's why we deliver it for life. If you have a 5K membership, it's 5 rotations of the traffic. And so you really just have to view your levels that way. Instead of you saying, hey, listen, I'm going to come in at the 3 and set aside money for traffic, it's counterproductive. Come in as high as you can and collect the traffic for life. That's how you make your dividends. Just so you guys are aware of our hours, that's something we never brought up because it's really a sort of brag. Most of the coaches work 15 hours a day. We wake up early in the morning. We drop off our kids at school. We work all the way until 5 o'clock p.m. We do the dad thing for 2 hours. And then what happens is we get on the phones. The West Coast is 3 hours before our time. We call people from Singapore. We call people from Australia. Most of the time we go to bed by midnight. Okay, it's a coach's job is extremely demanding. And you're looking at 15-hour days, 6 days a week, anywhere between 85 and 90 hours per week. So just so you guys are aware, we hustle for you. There's no doubt about it. It goes well beyond just regular, normal working 9 to 5 hours. I was on vacation, just so everyone here knows. I was on vacation for 11 days in Europe. First vacation I've had in 9 years with my wife. I put in a full 50 hours during that week, right? Because what happened is she would go to sleep, and from 10 o'clock to 3 o'clock in the morning, which is 5 to 10 here, I was still on the phones. And so the answer is yes. You never have to worry that your clients cannot get on with the coach because of the hours. We're working. Yeah, and just to give you an idea of the power of the system, no one's discussed this either. There's over 100 people on the call today. 100 people at the average joint level DS is $500,000. That's how much sales volume is on the call right now. Between $500,000 and $1 million is probably the total sales volume that's coming through the call right now. And so it's no joke. It's not little baby money. And a lot of people out there are sort of looking for little baby money to change their lives. The fact is, it's just not going to happen. It's just not enough. You're not going to sell enough face cream. You're not going to sell enough protein powder to change your life. And so you have to choose something that's powerful and make a move. And that's ultimately the only way you're going to be able to make a substantive change.
That's awesome, Derek. And to reiterate, to bring this home, guys, because it's been a long time, and you guys get this, we get this, we're excited, you guys are excited. It doesn't matter who you join. Again, this is equal opportunity, because we're gonna use this replay for all of our teams, all our members. All of you guys are gonna get bonuses. All of everything that we talked about on the webinar. The only caveat is the holiday, right? So if you guys are serious, get back to the person who invited you. We're going to give you the link. You're going to go through the process. You're going to fill out the callback request form, and you're going to experience the system for yourself. You're going to get follow-up text messages. You're going to get follow-up emails. You're going to get a lot more excited once you start experiencing the actual product, the system. So I'm just going to wrap this up. I think people get, if you guys got any other questions, you can reach out to us. But let's rock and roll, and let's make this summer super hot